Have you ever wondered why some people become stronger after every challenge, while others give up at the very first obstacle? Long ago, in a peaceful kingdom, there lived an old gardener named Daniel. He was famous for growing the healthiest plants in the entire kingdom. One day, after a powerful storm had passed, the king walked through the royal garden. Everywhere he looked, large trees had been broken and fallen to the ground. But one tall bamboo stood proudly, still alive. Surprised, the king asked, "Daniel, how did this bamboo survive such a terrible storm?" Daniel smiled and replied, "Your Majesty, the bamboo knows when to bend." A young soldier standing nearby laughed. "Bending isn't strength," he said. "Real strength is standing firm." Daniel didn't argue. Instead, he invited the king and the soldier to visit his garden the following morning. There, Daniel showed them two young plants. One was tied tightly to a wooden stick so it could never move. The other was left free to sway with the wind. That evening, another powerful storm swept across the kingdom. The next morning, they returned to the garden. The tightly tied plant had snapped in half. But the free plant was still standing, healthy and strong. Daniel gently said, "The plant that refused to move was broken. The one that bent with the wind survived." The soldier stood in silence. Then Daniel added, "Life doesn't reward the strongest. It rewards those who know when to adapt. True wisdom is knowing when to stand firm, and when to bend." The king never forgot those words. A few weeks later, a neighboring kingdom demanded impossible conditions for peace. Many advisors urged the king to start a war immediately. But this time, the king remembered the lesson of the bamboo. Instead of fighting, he chose patience and wise negotiation. He accepted a few small compromises while protecting what truly mattered. Months later, both kingdoms signed a peace agreement. Thousands of lives were saved. The king thanked Daniel and said, "Your lesson about bamboo saved an entire kingdom." Daniel smiled and replied, "Your Majesty, we cannot control the wind, but we can choose how we respond to it." And from that day forward, the king taught every young leader this simple truth. Being flexible is not weakness. It is wisdom. If this story inspired you, remember this. Sometimes the strongest people are not the ones who never fall. They are the ones who learn, adapt, and rise again. Be patient, stay humble, and keep moving forward.